Nobody invited me for questioning or any arrest. I can categorically say that. But since when I venture into the forest, I go there with full security.
People are reacting,
police,
people are arguing,
with the knowledge of
people
the
are trying to understand
with the government officials, with the traditional
Please
rulers,
like this video and subscribe to
and
the channel.
with
So
the
don't
Fulani
miss the
leaders. I
updates
never
like this.
went
It
alone.
really helps us.
So all along,
This time
I've
around,
been
Sheikh
dealing with the
Ahmad
government,
Gumi
and there is
explained
no
in a way
any
very sensitive.
difference between us
His words focused again
and
on
the
national
authorities.
issues,
So
security
people
concerns, and how Nigeria should be thinking about it long term
have their
solutions.
peace. Nobody invited me for questioning or
As
any arrest.
expected, the
I can
response
categorically
was
say that. But
immediate. Some Nigerians nodded,
since when I venture
others were
into
angry,
the
and many were
forest,
simply tired of
I
hearing
go
the
there
same
with
type of
full
message
security,
when the
the
situation
police,
on the ground feels
with the
difficult.
knowledge of the SS,
What makes this
with
story
the government
interesting is not
officials,
just what he said, but
with the
how
traditional
he said
rulers,
it. In Nigeria
and
today,
with the
emotions are
Fulani
high.
leaders. I never
People
went
want safety.
alone. So
People
all
want
along,
stability.
I've
People
been
want to
dealing with
wake
the
up
government, and there
and
is
live out their
no
lives without fear.
any difference between
So
us
when a well-known religious
and
figure
authority.
speaks about
So people
understanding, many listeners feel it sounds far
have
away
their
from
peace.
reality.
Nobody invited me for
Like this
questioning
video and
or
subscribe
any
if you
arrest.
want
I can
balanced
categorically say
explanations
that.
like
But
these. Supporters of
since
Gumi
when I
say
venture
his message is
into
being misunderstood.
the forest,
They argue
I go
that
there
he is
with full
not supporting
security,
wrongdoing, but
the
instead
police,
pushing for a
with the knowledge
smarter
of the SS,
approach to peace.
with the government
According to them,
officials,
they believe
with the
force
traditional
alone
rulers,
has not solved
and
Nigeria's
with
problems,
the Fulani
and someone
leaders.
has
I
to
never
keep
went
leaders
alone.
and
So
citizens
all along,
accountable.
I've been
They say his
dealing with
voice
the
is
government, and there
uncomfortable.
is no any
The side
difference
politics
between
are
us
honest. They
and
say
the
timing
authority.
matters.
So people
They feel that words, no matter how clear, must
have
consider
their
the
peace.
consequences.
Nobody invited me
For
for
them,
questioning
any message
or
that sounds
any
like
arrest.
sympathy or suffering
I can
from
categorically
violent
say
actors
that. But
feels wrong. So
since
the
when I
anger is not just
venture
about Gumi
into
as a
the
person,
forest,
but about what
I go
Nigerians
there
feel
with
they
full
are
security,
being asked to
with the
accept.
police,
Please remember
with
to
the
like
knowledge
this
of the
video and
SS,
subscribe to the channel.
with the government
This story is
officials,
spreading fast
with
on
the
social
traditional
media.
rulers,
Short clips
and
are moving
with the
faster
Fulani leaders.
than
I never
full
went
explanations.
alone.
A
So
single
all
sentence
along,
can travel without
I've been
context,
dealing with the
and
government,
once
and
that
there
has
is
been
no
moved to fragments,
any difference between us and
this has
the
made the
authority.
situation more heated.
So people
It would have been if everyone had listened carefully.
have their peace. Nobody invited me for questioning or any arrest. I can categorically say that. But since when I venture into the forest,
also has
I go there with full security,
These questions are important,
with the police,
and that is why this
the knowledge of
conversation
the
has
SS,
to guide.
with the government
One thing is
officials,
clear.
with the traditional
Gumi
rulers,
understands that when he speaks,
and with the Fulani leaders. I
and
never went
Nigerians understand
alone.
that when he speaks,
So all along,
reactions will follow.
I've been dealing with
This
the government,
cycle
and
has
there
repeated
is
itself
no
many times.
any difference
Each time
between
it
us
exposes how divided
and the
the
authority.
people is.
So people
Like this video and subscribe so you can
have their peace. Nobody invited me for questioning or any arrest.
Some observers say
I can
this
categorically say that.
legal
But
national issue. The disconnect
when I
between
venture
conversations and
into
citizens'
the
experiences,
forest,
while
I go
leaders
there
talk
with
peace,
full security,
strategy, and
with the
long-term
police,
ordinary
the knowledge of
Nigerians
the
have
SS,
fought today
with
to
the
hold
government
and survive.
officials,
When those
with
two
the traditional
conversations
rulers,
do not meet, frustration
and
grows,
with the
and
Fulani
anger finds
leaders.
its
I
target.
never went
That is why
alone.
this statement
So
has
all
Nigeria
along,
talking
I've been dealing with the
not
government,
because
and
it
there
is
is
entirely
no
but because it
any
lands
difference
on
between us
issues that have never
and
failed.
the authority.
People want
So people
assurance. They want clear action. They want
have their
hope they can
peace.
see.
Nobody
not just
invited
hear.
me for questioning
As
or
reactions
any
continue,
arrest.
one thing
I can
remains certain.
categorically say that. But
This conversation is far from
since when I venture
Nigerians
into
will keep debating
the
it,
forest,
interpreting it,
I
and
go
using
there
it
with
to
full
express
security,
deeper frustrations about the
the
state of the
police,
nation.
with the knowledge of the
Please like
SS,
this video and
with the
subscribe
government
if you want to
officials,
stories like
with the
this.
traditional rulers,
And
and with the Fulani
as the
leaders. I
conversation
never
around
went
this
alone.
statement continues,
So
something
all
very
along,
important is happening.
I've been dealing with the government, and there is
Nigerians are
no
not ready to
any difference between us
They are reacting to
and
accumulated
the authority.
frustration.
So
This is
people
why every statement from now feels heavy.
have their peace. Nobody invited me for questioning or any arrest.
Anger,
I can categorically say that.
or
But
debating. Many
Since when I venture into the forest, I go there with full security.
Trust in leadership,
the police,
trust in institutions,
the knowledge of the SS,
trust that tomorrow will
with
be
the
better than
government
today.
officials,
When trust
with the
is
traditional
low,
rulers,
even with your words
and with the Fulani leaders. I never went alone. So all along,
please like this video and
I've
subscribe
been
so you
doing it
don't
with the
miss the
government, and
continuation
there
of this
is
analysis.
no
Another area people are
any
discussing
difference
quietly
between
is
us
influence and
and the
responsibility.
authority.
When someone has
So people
a large following, every statement becomes powerful.
have
Some
their
believe such figures
nobody
should
invited
measure
me
their
for
words
questioning
carefully,
or
especially
any
during
arrest.
tense moments.
I can categorically
Others
say that.
believe
But
silence is more dangerous than speech.
since when I
because it
venture
allows fear
into
and
the
misinformation
forest,
to grow
I go
unchecked.
there with full
This
security.
difference in belief
With the
is
police,
fueling the back and
with the
forth
knowledge
we are
of the
seeing right
SS,
now.
with the
Interestingly, some
government
Nigerians who do
officials,
not normally agree
with
with
the
Gumi
traditional
are now
rulers,
saying the reactions are
and
becoming too
with the
personal.
Fulani leaders. I
They
never
argue
went
that criticism
alone.
should focus
So
on
all along,
ideas, not
I've been
individuals.
doing it with the government, and there
According to
is
them,
no
once discussion turns
any
into
difference
insults
between
and
us
attacks, the
and
real
the
issues get
authority.
lost.
So
When
people
that happens, nothing changes. Like
have
this
their
video and subscribe
nobody
to the
invited
channel
me for
to
questioning
value calm
or
and
any
respectful
arrest.
conversations.
I can categorically
There
say
is also a
that. But
generational divide showing itself.
since when I venture
Older Nigerians
into
tend to
the
view the
forest,
statement through a
I
long-term
go there
lens.
with full security.
They talk about history,
With the police,
previous
with
conflicts,
the knowledge of the
and how
SS,
nations eventually
with the
find peace.
government officials,
Younger
with the
Nigerians,
traditional
however, are more
rulers,
focused on the present.
and
They
with
want
the Fulani
immediate results.
leaders. I never
They
went
want visible
alone.
change.
So
For
all
them,
along,
patience sounds
I've
like
been
delay,
doing it with the
and
government, and
delay
there
feels
is
like
no
neglect.
any
This
difference
difference in
between us
perspective is important because it
and
explains
the
why
authority.
reactions vary
So
so
people
widely. Two people can hear the same statement and
have their
walk away with
nobody
completely opposite
invited
feelings.
me for questioning
As the hours
or any
pass,
arrest.
political voices
I
are
can
beginning to
categorically say
weigh
that.
in indirectly.
But
Some are careful,
since when I
choosing their
venture
words wisely.
into the
Others are
forest,
silent,
I go
watching
there with
public
full
opinion
security.
before speaking.
With the
This
police,
silence itself is
with the
becoming
knowledge
part
of
of
the
the
SS,
conversation.
with the government
Nigerians are asking
officials,
who will speak,
with the
who
traditional
will
rulers,
act, and who will
and
simply
with the
observe from a
Fulani
distance.
leaders. I never
Please
went
remember to like
alone.
this video and
So
subscribe.
all along,
What this
I've
situation
been doing
clearly
it with the
shows is that
government, and there
Nigeria is
is
at a point
no
where communication matters
any
more than
difference
ever.
between us
Words must
and
connect
the
with
authority.
people's reality.
So people
Explanations must feel human. And leadership,
have
whether
their
religious or political,
nobody invited me
must
for
understand that
questioning
citizens are
or
listening
any
emotionally,
arrest.
not just
I can
logic.
categorically say that.
For
But
now, reactions continue to spread.
since when I
Some
venture
will fade,
into
some will harden,
the forest,
and some will turn
I
into
go there
long-term
with
talking
full
points.
security.
But one thing is certain,
With the police,
this statement has
the knowledge
reopened
of the
conversations
SS,
that never truly
with the
ended.
government
Conversations
officials,
about peace,
with the
justice,
traditional rulers,
security,
and
the future
with
of the
the
country.
Fulani leaders. I
As
never
this
went
discussion
alone.
keeps growing,
So
many
all
Nigerians are
along,
beginning to step back
I've been
and
doing
look
it with the
at
government, and there
their
is
direction.
no
Beyond the
any
noise, beyond
difference
the
between
arguments,
us
there is a serious
and the
national question
authority.
sitting underneath.
So people
How does Nigeria talk about
have their nobody invited me for questioning
that
or
question is
any
no louder
arrest.
than the statement
I can
itself.
categorically say that.
What we are
But
seeing is a country struggling to balance
when I venture
emotions.
into
People are
the
angry
forest,
because they feel
I
unheard.
go there with full
People
security.
are defensive because
With
they
the
feel
police,
misunderstood.
with the knowledge of the
And in the
SS,
middle of all this,
with the
every
government
voice produces
officials,
of something
with the
bigger
traditional
than
rulers,
itself.
and
That
with
is
the
exactly
Fulani
what is
leaders. I
happening.
never went alone.
Please like
So
this
all
video
along,
and subscribe so you don't
I've
miss the
been
rest
doing
of
it
the
with the
story.
government, and there is
Another
no
thing happening while
any difference between us
some
and
Nigerians are
the
starting to
authority.
ask themselves hard
So people
questions. Are we reacting to words, or
have
are
their
we reacting to our own
nobody
fear
invited me for
and
questioning
frustration?
or any
Are
arrest.
we listening to
I
understand,
can
or are we
categorically say
listening
that.
to
But
respond? These
when
questions
I
are
venture
uncomfortable,
into
but they are necessary
the
if any
forest,
progress is going to
I
happen.
go there with full
There are
security.
also Nigerians who
With the
believe
police,
this moment should be used
with the
as
knowledge
a
of the SS,
They
with the
say instead
government
of taking
officials,
actions to shout in
with
majesty,
the traditional
use them to
rulers,
demand clearer communication.
and with the Fulani leaders. I never went alone.
Leaders must speak
So
in a
all
way that
along,
reassures people,
I've been doing it with the
not
government, and there
confuses
is
them,
no
upsets them, especially
any
during tense
difference
moments.
between us
Like this
and
video
the
and subscribe to
authority.
the channel if you
So
feel
people
like conversations should be discussions, not more.
have their nobody invited me for questioning or any arrest.
Nigerians
I can
want peace,
categorically
but they
say
also
that.
want
But
equality. They want safety.
since when I venture
also want
into
honesty.
the
They want
forest,
a leadership that
I go there with full
streets,
security.
not just policy groups.
With the police,
Any message that fails to
the knowledge of the SS, with the government officials, with the traditional
Some
rulers,
voices are now calling
and with the Fulani leaders. I never went alone. So all along, I've been doing it with the government, and there is no any difference between us
whether
and
this
the authority. So people should have their peace. Nobody invited me for questioning or any arrest.
it has become a
I can categorically say that. But
state of mind.
since when I venture into the forest,
Tired of
I go there with full security,
a nation searching
police,
for a path that
with the knowledge of
leads to
SS, with the